Okay, so hopefully Monday's video about inches and feet and all that stuff made sense, because now we're going to move to metric. Metric is one that is, if you ever notice the ruler on the one side has inches, okay, that's what we did Monday. And then the metric is the centimeters, which is on the other side of the ruler. It's just a different kind of measuring. And probably talk to your parents about, different things are in metrics, or you may have people gripe about. You have tool sets that only work with metric, and so it's just a different way of measuring. It's actually mathematically a little bit easier because everything is in tens, so it makes it a little bit easier. So here is the thing. I put this on your worksheet. I put this bottom thing on your worksheet. So everything is in powers of 10, so everything changes with tens. And so 1 centimeter is 10 millimeters. 1 meter is 100 centimeters, which is also 1,000 millimeters. So notice there's no weird numbers like 12s and 3s and all that stuff. Everything is in tens. This chart at the bottom right here is actually a really good chart that it's going to be on your worksheet. And the biggest part of this is memorizing which words go where. So meter is always our center point. Okay, meter is like the main thing, like it's like an inch. And everything is going to go from there. And so as it goes to the right, it gets smaller down to the millimeter. And as it goes to the left, it goes bigger to the kilometer. So the big thing is when it's powers of 10, you can move your decimal place. Because if I multiply by 10, like if I take 3.4 and I multiply by 10, you're taking this decimal place and you're moving it one place. The 1 0 is going to make it move. So it becomes 34. Okay. If I take 3.4 and I divide by 10, it's going to get smaller. And so my decimal place has to go this way. And so it becomes 0.34, 34/100ths. And so everything is just about moving the decimal place on this. Should have deleted that slide, sorry. I did put this on your worksheet so you have it to look at. And I put it at the bottom here so we can look at it. So on this first one, we're converting from centimeters to meters. So centimeters to meters, which means I am moving 2 boxes to the left. And so when you take your 180, there's no decimal point, so the decimal point is automatically at the end of the number. And since I'm moving to the left 2 boxes, I'm going to move my decimal place to the left. And so 180 centimeters is the same as 1.8 meters. Okay, same thing on this next one. 150 meters to kilometers. So I am moving from meters to kilometers. So I'm moving 1, 2, 3 boxes to the left. So I'm going to take 150, the decimal point's at the end, and I'm going to move 1, 2, 3 to the left. And so my answer is 0.15, and you can put the 0 there or you can drop it. It doesn't really matter. I'll put it there so if you are confused. Kilometers. Pretty easy. Like I said, you don't even have to have a calculator. You just have to figure out which way you're moving your decimal place and all that good stuff. So let's look at the next one. So I have 90 centimeters. I want to convert it to millimeters. And so if you look down here, I'm at centimeters, and I'm going to move to millimeters. So I'm moving 1 box to the right. And so I have 90, and then my decimal point is at the end. And I've got to move to the right. The problem here now is that I don't have anything to go over. Like I don't have a number there. So what I can do is I can just add a 0 because 90.0 is 90. It doesn't change anything. And so I can add another 0 there so that I can move to the right. And then so my answer becomes 900 millimeters. Okay. 8.5 kilometers. And notice this, we have a decimal in here. So 8.5 kilometers, which we're here, and we're moving to meters. Okay, so we're going to move to meters. And so notice I am going 1, 2, 3 boxes to the right, which means I'm going to take 8.5, and I'm going to move 1, 2, 3 to the right. Now, just like I did on the last one, I don't have any 0. I don't have anything here, so I got to put some zeros here. And so my answer is 8,500 meters. So as I move to the right, I get more zeros. If I move to the left, I get less zeros. Okay, so I get a smaller number. If I move to the right, I get a bigger number. Okay, let's look and see what we got going on here. Okay, and I did the same things I did on Monday. I used the abbreviations because this is how it looks on your worksheet. So I want you to get used to that. And so I'm going 0.03 meters to centimeters. And so I'm at meters and I'm going to go to centimeters. So I've got to go 2 boxes. So I have 0.03. Now I moved 2 boxes to the right. So I'm going to have to move my decimal place, which is right here, to the right. Okay. And make sure you start with the right one so that you know which way you're going. And so I'm going to move that. And if I put my new decimal place here, I can actually get rid of these others because I don't want to write my answer as 003. It's like 007. This isn't 007. And so my answer is just 3 centimeters. Okay. Change my color. 700 centimeters to kilometers. So I'm starting at centimeters and I'm going to kilometers. So I'm going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 boxes to the left. And so I'm at 700 here. So my decimal place is here. So I gotta go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Same thing, I gotta have some place values here. So I gotta put some zeros there. And there's my new decimal place. So my answer is 007 kilometers. Okay, so like I said, it's just about moving the decimal place. You can multiply by 10, divide by 10, do all that good stuff. That's what you want to do. But when you do that, all you do is move your decimal place. So it's a little bit easier just to look and see how many boxes you have moved. Okay, and same thing as last week, you're going to do some comparing, greater than, less than, or equal to. So 0.02 meters and 3 millimeters. It doesn't matter which one you want to switch. I'll just do the meters. So meters here, and I'm moving to millimeters. So I could go 1, 2, 3 boxes to the right. And so when I write 0.02, here's my decimal place, and I go 1, 2, 3 to the right. So I need to put a 0 there because I don't have anything to go to. And so my decimal place is now here. I can drop those zeros. So 0.02 meters is the same as 20 millimeters. So it's bigger than 3 millimeters. So it's greater than. Okay, last one here. 0.025 kilometers and 3,500 millimeters. So I'm going to convert the kilometers. Doesn't matter which one you convert. I don't know. I just choose the first one, I guess. So 0.025. Now I'm starting at kilometers. I'm going all the way to millimeters. So I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 boxes to the right, which means I have to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I got to put 3 zeros in here so that I can keep going. And my decimal place is now at the end here. So I can drop that 0 because I don't need that one. And so that's 25,000. That's 25,000 millimeters. So 0.025 kilometers is greater than 3,500 millimeters because 0.025 kilometers is 25,000 millimeters. So it's much bigger than the 3,500. Okay. So today's is the second half of the worksheet. So in numbers 11 through 20, go with today's video. And this also in the workbook on page 519 if you want to do it in the workbook. I have Zoom hours as usual, and the worksheet is due Friday by noon. If you don't get it done, just make sure you have it in by Monday because that's when I give out the answers. So good luck. If you need help, then come see me during Zoom.